Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to a Mandalorian recap spoiler chat stream. You see that QR code over there? If you guys screenshot that and tap on it from your Photos app, or if you hit the link in the pinned comment here in the chat, you hit that link, it's going to open up a new browser window and it'll open up your camera and ask for mic access. You can record a quick video clip and be featured in this video if you want. So it's up there for you. If you want to leave your thoughts, your whatever you have about last night's episode, today's episode, we do the midnight watch party. So for me, it was yesterday, but today's episode of Mandalorian, the Foundling, there was a lot going on. I got a lot of screenshots and stuff ready to go so we can go through and show that. Now you may notice this stream looks a little bit different. That's because I'm doing it through Opus.pro. Now Opus.pro, it's still in beta testing. It's a newer kind of browser-based live stream setup where you can do this stuff when you guys fire in emojis as you see them falling all around me. It's called an emoji storm or emoji rain. So anytime someone types emojis in, they rain all on the screen as long as I have that turned on. And we can also do these special features like the QR code where you guys can send in videos. It'll be part of this live stream. So if you want to participate, you can do so by doing that. But I'm going to remove the QR code. Well, it looks like I removed me. Where did I go? I don't know why it removed me, but that's fine. Let's no, it still removed me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, I keep hitting my X's are overlapping. There we go. That's better. So guys, I want to know how you guys are feeling. It's raining tacos. It is raining tacos, just like the song. Just like the song. Tom Hudson saying, you guys think Armor believes Bo? I don't know. So I want to get into a little bit of a recap. I'm going to change my video screen here. Let's go square. I'm going to take up a little bit more space. And I want to go through, just kind of recap the episode if I can. This should hopefully work. Maybe not. Let me throw this on my same screen here. All right, this should hopefully work. It might get buggy because I got a lot of screenshots loaded in. That's why I was late. It was trying to process all of them. So we shall see if this works. But I got a bunch of screenshots from the show. We can kind of do a quick recap. We'll see how quick it actually is. So the show opens up with this big, like, awesome, beautiful panning shot. This big montage. Not montage, but it's a big panning shot where you see a bunch of Mandalorians, more than before. The first time in episode 1 when we saw them all, I counted 38 or 39. This looks to be more. I didn't count them this time, but it looks to be a lot more. And they're all training. And shortly after that, we see Grogu, what we think are rocks. We think it's him moving rocks with the Force. But it turns out that they were actually just these little, like, little hermit crab type creatures, which was pretty awesome. It was a nice little twist. I loved seeing that. Shortly after, you see the kids kind of sparring. Din Djarin makes Grogu fight with one of them, or train with one of them, rather. And it looks to be Paz Vizsla's kid. And of course it is. You can tell by the helmet. Notice the same colors on his helmet. And so they fight using these little gauntlets. Now, they say they were darts. So when they said darts in the beginning, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be intense. They're going to be firing darts at each other. They're really just like paintballs. They're really just paintballs. So shortly after that, Grogu gets hit twice. And he looks like he's going to lose because it's a first to 3 wins kind of deal. And so after that, Grogu does some force flips after a little pep talk from Mando. He does some force flips, and he nails that kid. He gets him pretty good. 3 times, all in one go, because nobody expected the flips. All right, right after that, Dragon shows up and grabs the kid. Just straight up, Dragon rolls out of nowhere. It's not really a dragon. I don't know what it is, but he rolls out of nowhere, grabs the kid. They got to take off after it. So, like, at least 4 Mandos there, they take off in their jetpacks. Of course, Paz Vizsla runs out of gas, which is something I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. But, yeah, it makes sense. They can only hold so much fuel if he ran out. And so they stop at these rocks, and they got a game plan. But while they're game planning, Bo-Katan just takes off in her starfighter. She's like, nope, I got this. So she tracks the thing, and that's just the intro. That's just the beginning of the show. So we're like, okay, heck of an intro. Afterwards, we see Bo-Katan in her ship. She's like, okay, it's up there on this rock. I tracked it over to this thing. Its nest is up there. We can get there, but we can't fly close to it. We can't use our weapons because we don't want it to eat the kid. So there we are. Shortly after that, we see the armorer pouring some armor, getting ready to use her forge to make some stuff. And Grogu's in there, and she starts to offer to make him something. And as she's doing it, this forge starts flashing and making these big, like, kind of sounds, which gets him to have his own little flashbacks to Order 66. And in this, we see who rescued him during Order 66. And it's none other than Kelleran Beck. Now, if you don't know who Kelleran Beck is, Kelleran Beck was from the Jedi Temple Challenge show that came out about a year and a half ago on Star Wars Kids. Basically, it's Legends of the Hidden Temple, but this is Ahmed Best, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks. They gave him a Jedi character called the Sabered Hand, was his like nickname, but Kelleran Beck was his name in the show, nickname is Sabered Hand. And here he is. He is the one who rescued Grogu, and I couldn't be more happy for it. I loved it. I love seeing this. It was so good to see this. And then he had it. He had a green saber, but he picked up a blue one from the Jedi who just got shot and was in the elevator. And so we get to see him use both the green and blue saber for a little bit. And yeah, I think he earned the nickname the Sabered Hand. He was pretty skilled with those sabers. It was neat to see. All right, so after that, they do a getaway. Just look at him. Just look at him. Look at that guy. They do a getaway on one of the bikes that the clones rode in on. And they even go through some tunnels. They managed to do a head-on collision or cause a head-on collision. We see the peak of the mountain that we saw in the last episode with Dr. Pershing and Elia Kane, that same plaza. Shortly after that, he meets up with some guards. It almost looks like Christian Bale with a mustache, the guy on the right. But these guards look similar to Naboo Royal Guards. It's a different outfit, but they look very similar. And speaking of Naboo, the ship looks very similar to Queen Amidala's Royal Starship. It's not. That's much smaller. But it does look very similar. It's a similar style. Some people are throwing around Nubian class. I don't necessarily know if Nubian class means that it's covered in that same kind of plating or not, but they're definitely going for a look there, right? All right, so they leave, they flee Coruscant, and they're starting to go into hyperspace. And as they're going into hyperspace, he flashes out. Like that blue flash kind of gets him to flash out. And we see the armorer presenting him with this little kind of like a chest shield thing. I'm not sure what it is. I forget what she called it. But it is a little Mudhorn emblem thing, and she puts it on his chest, and he wears it. And then we cut to the Mandos, Bo-Katan, Paz Vizsla, everybody there talking with Bo-Katan, and they basically tell her, hey, this is how you eat when no one's around. You can take off your helmet and eat. And as they're leaving, Paz Vizsla goes up to Bo and tells her, hey, you've earned your right by the fire tonight. You can take the space by the fire. We'll all go somewhere else. And so that was kind of a little show of respect from Paz Vizsla to Bo-Katan. And it was interesting because he's been kind of a cold shoulder to them this whole time. But now that his son's been captured and Bo-Katan like rolls up with a game plan and like knows how to track it down. Speaking of tracking it down, they got to climb these big old mountains that I guess Bo-Katan was very familiar with climbing as a kid, she said. But it looked difficult. It looked like climbing this with armor on would be a real pain in the butt, honestly. So they get up to the top. There's a giant nest. Paz Vizsla rushes into where the heat signature is, only to find that there's baby versions of this giant dragon thing up there, little baby birds. And in comes Mama. She's back. And she manages to like kind of throw up the kid and like try to mama bird feed him to the babies. And this is a shot where Paz Vizsla jetpacks towards it, and the big giant dragon bird drops the kid, but Paz Vizsla goes in. It's like a really funny switch that happens, but still grabs the kid with its claw and takes off. And so after that, it takes off. There's a big air fight, which is really cool. Mando manages to tie up one of its wings, and as it's falling, it drops the kid. And so Mando scoops up the kid midair. The dragon thing falls into the water, and in a very Jurassic World type of ending, that same giant creature, looked kind of like the Mosasaur from Jurassic World, jumps out of the water, eats the dragon creature because there's always a bigger fish. And of course, Paz Vizsla at the end, hugging his boy, hugging his son. It's this funny thing to see this like turn of Paz Vizsla, his cold shoulders being broken down. And so afterwards, they return back to the encampment, and Bo-Katan's like, "No, I brought you three of these baby creatures," which is hilarious and adorable at the same time. So I guess they're going to try and tame them and train them and learn how to ride them, which would be pretty sweet. And after that, Bo-Katan heads into the Armory's forge, where she's looking over at the Mythosaur skull, and the armorer had noticed, "Hey, you're missing your pauldron. It fell off during that fight. Let me make you a new one, girl. I got you." And so she makes her one, but the look of it is kind of a mix between Night Owl and Mythosaur. It's not the typical Mythosaur look. It's a mix of Night Owl and Mythosaur. And it's kind of funny because she asked her, "Hey, can anyone wear the Mythosaur?" She's like, "Yeah, for all the any Mando can wear the Mythosaur. That's no problem." So, well, can I wear both? And the look of it is it's kind of both. And so that's my quick, real fast recap of the episode. I want to get into your comments here. Let me see where you guys are at now that I've done all that. That worked out. That was faster than I thought it would be, and it worked out pretty good. Dan Kramer's saying Ahmed was so badass in this. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. It was really good to see that. It was really, really good to see him come back that way. Let me make myself round. That way all the emoji can rain down around me. And if you guys want to just flood it with emojis, go for it. That's what this is for. That's why I like doing these Opus streams. Now, did anybody send in a video clip yet? Okay, we got one. Oh, it's a long one from Galen, a whole minute. All right. Let me, I'm going to put some headphones in so I can hear it and it doesn't echo. Hopefully that works. We'll see. We'll see if that works. Okay, maybe it'll work. Let's put this on screen and see what Galen has to say.
Okay, so my deal is that she is actually going to, Bo-Katan's actually going to take the Mandos to a whole nother level of living.
Nice hat, by the way.
Because her brain is already thinking 10 steps ahead of them, and they're just accepting the situation. She's not. So she's actually going to be the one to go out there and ride the... Sorry.
I love that the wind picked up.
Anyway, she's going to be the one to go out there and really go after riding those little bird pterodactyl dragon things and also riding the mythosaur, because still nobody knows. I mean, she told the armor, but the armor didn't really kind of acknowledge it, I guess. So
yeah, the
that's
armor
my thoughts.
was weird about that. The armor was real weird about that. Sorry, I'm getting a text from the wife. Those are always the most important. Oh, I see what it is. It's about a dog. All right. Well, we got one from Benjamin. Mando's episode was great. I feel like Paz Vizsla earns more respect and debt towards Mando and Bo-Katan for rescuing his child. I think the next couple episodes will be Mando versus Bo-Katan. Oh, interesting theory, Benjamin. Interesting theory. You think Mando versus Bo-Katan? I think they're gonna pair up. I think they're gonna I might ship Mando Bo-Katan getting together kind of deal. I don't know. That's interesting. But I think I'm with Galen. Like I think Bo-Katan, they are setting her up to be the one who's gonna train these creatures and probably ride the mythosaur. She's at least gonna go for it. There might be like a bait and switch where we think it's her and then someone else swoops in. Yeah, it's a night owl symbol over the mythosaur. It's like a hybrid of both. It's cool. It's very cool. I like the look of it a lot. All right, let's see what else we got here. How much did I miss? Well, you missed the recap. Oh my god, what is this? I gotta text my wife and be like, I'm live right now. Okay, goodbye. Love you. Goodbye. All right, what was this? How was the kid still alive after being swallowed? I don't know. I mean, sometimes like animals do that. Like they'll swallow something alive. They won't chew it, and they'll like throw it back up, and it'll still be, maybe the stomach acid or whatever didn't have time to digest it. I don't know. That is a good question, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. I mean, it's also science fiction, so anything's possible. But is it me, or shouldn't these Mandos have sentries out guarding the beach while training's going on, especially if the creatures picked off Mandos before? Yeah, they don't seem to be the brightest when it comes to that. They're like, no, it's done it before. Well, did you learn nothing? Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Galen wins with the hat. Yep. All right, whose side would Paz pick now if they fight? I don't know, because he's kind of been a jerk to both, right? Technically, Bo-Katan was more instrumental in saving the son. I don't know. Mando swooped in out of the sky and saved his son, which would have been eaten by that other creature. So I don't know, man. That's a tough question. Which side would it be on? That's why I think it's going to be Bo-Katan and Mando together. riding the myth. I think it's going to be both. I think it's going to be both. Yeah, I'd love it if it was just Bo-Katan, but I also think both would be really cool too. I would fit the code for her to challenge him for the saber. It's not like she has to kill him. Good point. Good point. They would just have to fight. Doesn't mean death. I don't know. Mando hasn't really shown any romantic interest in Bo-Katan. No, he hasn't. He hasn't yet that we've seen. Or maybe what's her name? Winta from was it season 1, episode 2? Maybe Winta comes back and she's like, I want to become a Mando, and they can. I don't know. Julie, she wants another dog. Yeah, she wants another dog. Someone at their office, I think it's at her office, sent like a thing like, hey, someone's parents just need to move and they don't have room for the dog. Oh, nice. But I didn't respond to it because I was setting all this stuff up and getting screenshots and everything. And she's like, well, I guess that's a no then. I'm like, I don't know. I don't. The goose is a lot. The goose, that's the hard thing, is to derail us a little bit from the Mando talk. My dog, the goose, she's a lot, and I don't know how well she would do with another dog. She does good with our other dog, Lucky, but Lucky can put up with anything. Lucky is the most patient dog to put up with Goose. So I don't know how Goose would do with another dog. Daniel B says the kid was in the bird's gullet, not in his stomach. There you go. You agree with Chip and Bo and Dan? Yeah, but it was a good point that was brought up. They haven't really shown any romantic connection. They really haven't at all. Nothing. That can change, but JD was right. They haven't. But JD also thinks Paz would pick whoever is the strongest. Yeah, that makes sense. Did you see the helmet in the nest? No, I did not. I love that that's what those things are. The nest emojis. It looks like half of a one of those Jawa Suga eggs, the Mudhorn eggs. Something else just occurred to me. Where's R5D4? Is he just moping around the N1 all this time? Probably. He's probably just hooked up on low power mode. For a split second, I thought Bo may ask for a Mudhorn emblem. Okay. All right. Winta was was it the daughters? I thought Winta was the lady he almost shacked up with over, he was like, she almost let her take off. He almost let her take off the helmet. It's so close. It's so close. I bet we get like a weird callback to her at the end of the series or something. That'd be kind of cool. He's like, no, I'm going to go back to Sorgan. I think it's called Sorgan. Go back to Sorgan and fish for krill or whatever the heck it was. I think Bo's going through an existential crisis. Yeah, kind of seems like she is, right? She doesn't know. She really just doesn't know what she wants to do. That whole thing at the end with the armorer, where she's asking her, like, hey, what if I saw the mythosaur? And the armorer did kind of dismiss it. Armorer was just like, yeah, when you walk the way of the Mandalore, you see a lot of things. It just kept going, yeah, you see, whatever, kid. It was kind of weird. It was very awkward. And so I wonder, I don't know why she was like that about it. Either it's very possible the armor is the armor seems to know a lot, and she seems to be the head of this whole clan, but she's still very reserved, and it's almost like everyone does what the armorer says. But so she must know a lot. She must have some kind of all the ancient wisdom to want to take it back to the ancient way, the way. And I don't know what she knows about that mythosaur, because she made it seem like it wasn't a thing. But she can't know that much if she was thinking the planet was poisoned. I don't know. I don't know. There's so much mystery around the armor that I think we're going to get a lot more of that. Too. Let's see. So Zach the Maker in here. Everyone needs to check out his design for Bo's new mythosaur shoulder piece. What? I need to check that out. I haven't checked that out yet. Galen saying Grogu's going to be the one to ride it because he has an animal. Oh, okay. Connection with the little force connection to the animals. You know what? What if it's neither of them and it's just Grogu? Okay. That'd be interesting. Winta's mom was Omera. Okay, there you go. There, Omera. Gotcha. More dogs are always good, Julie says. It's a droid on a boat. Nice, nice. I definitely saw a helmet in the nest, so more Mandos have died in there. Ew. Ew. What's the meaning behind the rock slash mountain on Coruscant? They went over it in the last episode. It's one of the tallest peaks on the planet. I don't know much more than that, other than I think it appeared in Clone Wars with like Obi-Wan and Satine were in that same plaza. I don't know how much more significant it is, other than that's a pretty cool thing that it's like the only physical part of the planet like they can see. It's the top of this mountain because the planet is covered in city. So yeah, but I don't know what major significance other than that being kind of a cool fact. Again, Clone Wars wasn't my jam. So glad to see the baby creatures at the end after they killed the mom. Now they didn't kill the mom. That water Mosasaur did. After they killed the mom, I kept complaining to my hubby about the orphan kids in the nest, and I saw them. See, I thought that too. I was like, "Oh, those poor things are gonna die." Then I saw the helmet in the nest had red on it. I didn't notice. I gotta check that out. I really missed that. I really missed that helmet thing. They may not have shown a love connection between Bo and Mando, but it's underlying. Maybe, maybe. Armor probably knows that there's, or if there's proof the living waters was legit, Mythosaur's alive. She could probably put two and two together. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I saw the Bo armor interaction kind of like a parishioner approaching a priest and saying they saw Jesus walking down the street. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That is a good way to put it. Yeah, and like, yeah, when you believe in this stuff, you'll see cool things. Yeah, interesting. Julie Wallace saying, I don't think Mando and Bo will hook up. I think they'll have to fight. She wants to rule. Yeah. I feel like there is going to be something darker in Bo-Katan. I don't think we've seen it yet, but I think it's, and they haven't blatantly hinted at her going down a dark path or anything, but I think it's there. I think it's in her. I think it's there. Yeah, Dan Kramer. Imagine if the tip of Everest was in the middle of town. Basically. Yeah, just a tourist attraction. It's a cool tourist attraction. I think it's awesome. Like, toy photographer. I think Bo will ride Mythosaur, but Grogu will have to save her and take it. So if when we saw the Mythosaur head, Bo-Katan was like this big, and that's the Mythosaur head. Grogu is going to be tiny, teeny tiny. He's going to be like a little sprinkle to the Mythosaur. If the head, we don't even know what this thing looks like, so I don't know. It was sweet how the armorer said, "Come, Grogu," and it followed. I like that. What was the chess piece thing called? And I don't. She said you'll grow into it, so I think he'll wear it somewhere else later. But for now, he's just wearing it on his chest. I think Bo-Katan and Mando will be in a romantical relationship, after they fight for the Darksaber. Mando needs to train with the Darksaber, and Bo-Katan will teach him. I think this is going to end up with Bo-Katan. I think she's going to have the Darksaber, and I don't think anyone else is going to. That's my guess. That's my guess. It'd be cool if Mando kept it, but I feel like it's rightfully Bo-Katan's. She's always had her own agenda ever since her intro to Clone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going to throw back to that, right? They have to. They have to. All right, let me check my streaming stats. How are we doing in here? Guys, do me a favor. Drop a little thumbs up on the stream. Like the stream. It helps push it out to more people. We can get more people involved in this. And let me check my comments here. Okay, we're good. Now, again, if you guys want to send in any kind of clip with your thoughts or anything, you can just do it. Click the link at the top of the chat. There's a pinned link up there. And how's our poll doing? Looks like 95% of you guys liked this video or today's episode, and 5% said no, they didn't like it. That's fair. But there's a pinned comment up top says you got some time to send in some video responses. How'd you feel about today's episode? And there's a link. If you click that link, it's going to open up your browser. You'll leave the stream for a second, which is fine. Don't worry about it. But it'll open up the browser and it'll take you to a little thing where it'll access your camera and your mic. You allow it, and then you can record a quick video clip telling me your thoughts, and I can feature it here in the stream. So if that's something you want to do, you can do it. You could definitely do it. There you go. Some more thumbs up. Emoji rain. Emoji rain. Oh, a rondelle. I'm not familiar with that as far as armor terms. I'm not super familiar, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. What is Cody saying? I wonder in 20 years when Mando season 10 comes out, Grogu will look like a very young Yoda. I don't think they'll make it to season 10. I kind of hope they don't. I think like let's give this thing like 5 seasons tops or 6 seasons in a movie. How about that? 6 seasons in a movie. But I'm thinking maybe 5. 5, move on, make something else. I love the show, but give me new, different stories. Give me different timelines. I think it's a shoulder piece that the armor gave Grogu, which he'll grow into. That makes sense. Will she have to bend it later then? Because it was very flat. It was very flat. Ooh, Dan Kramer. I have no problem with her having the saber. This time she'll have earned it and have a new cast of Mandos to follow her. Yeah, I hope she can unite the different views of what it is to be Mando. Maybe that's her role. Maybe that's what she's going to end up doing, is uniting those who want to go the ancient way and those who are the newer ones. Be like, no, guys, we can. I've done both. Nothing, we can all do. It's fine. We can do it all. We don't got to fight each other. Which is kind of the thing. The infighting is what brought her down. So yeah, there's something to that. I think we're getting Thrawn soon. Where do those TIE fighters come from? He sent them out to watch and learn. Thrawn Star Destroyer is close. Yeah. They hinted to Grogu having force abilities to connect to other life forms of creatures. He's going to take it like Star Vizsla did, and in taking it, Din will ride the Mythosaur. Possibly. I mean, the creature thing makes perfect sense. Yeah, with the Rancor, other creatures, he definitely has that connection. Yeah. Butthorn. I found it odd how the kid was Paz's son. Where was he before? Oh, he's probably a foundling. He's probably a foundling son. That would be my guess. Like not his like son, biological son, but his foundling son. Armor said something like the first piece is for the most vulnerable spot, and was hit twice in the chest with the dart. He was. It's Peter. Agumara. Oh, put it back on the screen, please. I think Grogu will tame the baby beasts before he'll tame a mythosaur. Oh, you think we're going to see more of those baby beasts? You think they're going to see more of those baby beasts? I think we'll likely see Grogu in other things, even when Mando ends. That's possible. That is possible. It was more shield shaped, so it could become a chest plate. It's just weird circle for a chest plate. It was more shield shaped, but she said you'll grow into it. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's kind of a weird shape piece. The shape of that part could fit on most armor. I think it would still work for his chest, even fully grown. Yeah, it'd be a little piece. I figure maybe she bends it to make it a shoulder thing. I don't know. Coda maybe 2 more seasons and then Mandalorian, a Star Wars story. We already know that there's a season 4. True, we do know there's a 4. So that just means 5 in a movie. Could happen. I don't know if we need a movie. I don't know how well a movie would work. We're getting like last week we had like an hour-long episode, and it moved the ball this much. It's kind of nice to not have to shoehorn that much story into a 2-hour movie. They could go longer, like almost 3 hours. That gets a little more difficult, but it's just I feel like this format of TV show works really well for this kind of story. So I don't know that we need a movie, but if they did, I'd be in for it. Of course, I'm going to watch it. Star Wars. It's Star Wars. All right. Those TIE fighters were different from other. They were the interceptors, right? Right? Am I right? I'm going to forget how heavy this thing is. It's heavy. So I fully charged it. Oh, you guys can see it all. But it's heavy. It's a very beastly thing. I can see why Din Djarin had trouble lifting this thing. It's a lot. Don't knock stuff over. Oh, that's so close. I almost knocked over multiple figures. How about we move you away from the top of that thing? All right, where are we at here? Like father, like son. I think Mando season 1 flashbacks with armorer making armor. In today's episode, same happened to Grogu. Ooh, yeah. You don't see there being a Mando movie. I could see there not being. Wonder how Mando's going to be killed off. What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't get killed off? What if he just gets a happily ever after? Michelle saying Carl Weathers did a great job directing. I agree. I really enjoyed this episode. It was different. Can we turn you off? Why are you being so loud? Hello there. There we go. Turn that thing off. Yeah, I liked it. I really liked this episode. I thought it was good. Grogu had his chainmail under his tunic. He did. Kind of looked like Frodo's armor. A little bit. Mando works best as a cereal. I agree. Chris, what's up? A rondelle is a round piece of armor that typically covers the armpit. That seems like a weird place, but okay. All right. I would love to see Din just have a happy life. I think that's the move. Julie Wallace. Tiny Taco Fun. You should try Del Taco Tacos. There's the best. Hit the like button and may the force be with you. Maybe. Will it work?
Yeah, it better work. There it is. I'm just Baby Youngins. I'm still recovering from our party last night. But you said Bell Taco Tacos? I think maybe I'll go get some. Do they make them tiny Baby Youngin style for me? They make them my size? Little just precious, cute, wonderful Baby Youngin size? So I'll go get a bucket full of them. Bucket of tacos, bucko!
Baby Young. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. It's appreciated. Some Del Taco Tacos, huh? Are they better than Tiny Tacos? Are they better? Oh, and the storm, the emoji storm is flooding full of tacos. That's so funny. I love that you guys can do this. You guys can just fill the screen with emojis. You digging Baby Young's facial hair? I know, right? I know. 25 years old. 25-year-old baby. It grew in quick. All right, let me see. Any more clippy clips coming? No, we're good on the clips. Cool. All right. Oh, and now babies. There's babies. There's tacos. Is that a burrito? Is that a gyro? What is the thing? The wrap. It looks like some kind of wrap. Oh, you know what? Oh, I left it in the freezer. I found that Prime sports drink, that Logan Paul Prime Blue sports drink that people were saying tastes like blue milk. I had it not warm, but I had it room temperature. And I don't think it tasted like blue milk at all. Have you guys tried it? Have you guys had that? It's a burrito. Is it a burrito? It looks like a weird burrito. Oh yeah, there's beans. And I guess that's cilantro in there. I'm looking like close as I can. I never realized it was a burrito. It just looks like, when I think burrito, I don't think that. That looks, it's too like, I don't know, the shape of it's kind of funky. But it makes sense it would be a burrito. It makes sense it's a burrito. But what was I going to say? That Blue Prime sports drink. I keep saying energy drink, but not the energy. I tried the energy drink on stream like a week or two ago, and it was the sports drink. It's still not blue milk to me. But has anyone had it? You found it? Cody, don't like Prime at all. Yeah, I bought like 4 of them because I was like, well, I'll give some to my kids, and it's fine. It's fine. It's not like, the more I drank of it, the better it got. But the first drink, I was like, ooh. But I put one in the freezer to like chill it fast, and I left it in the freezer. I was going to try it right now, but I guess not. Grogu having flashbacks after repressing a lot. Could he be an advanced Padawan after 50 years at the Jedi Temple? Possibly. Yeah. Not heard of it, but haven't had blue milk yet, so I wouldn't do. Yeah, you couldn't compare. Thanks, Tano. Now it's a taco night. Where you live, you can get it by the pallets. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a lot. That's too much Prime. Here in Vegas, it was kind of hard to find for a little while. It was very hard to find. Speaking of Vegas, I know we've got at least, I know Julie's here. Have you seen the Star Wars streets here in Vegas? They're old. They're old, and it's nothing other than street names. But there's a little neighborhood with like 4 or 5 Star Wars streets. There's Tarkin, Skywalker, Leia, Kenobi. I think it's just those. But it's like a little neighborhood with like 4 streets. And so you can stand there on the corner of like Kenobi and Leia or something like that. But it's got me thinking. I was like, I should probably go revisit those again. They're not far from me. They're not far. Notice that the armorer said that the forge will reveal your weakness. So the forge triggered his memory. Oh, did she say that? It's in last night's or today's episode? I missed that specific line. If so, huh? Interesting. So I mean, that is his weakness, is that memory. Put the frozen block in a blender and make a slushy. That's not a bad deal. Was where I live. We have all but Meta Moon. I don't know what that is. I never heard of it. Never heard of it. Oh, why is it? It's being weird with my comments here. Can we load them back up? There we go. We're loaded back up. Yeah. No. Interesting. So how are we doing on this stream here? I figured this would be a quick, small, short stream. Okay, we're getting all caught up here. Forge can reveal weaknesses in the material. It was a metaphor. Oh yeah, true. But it might not have. Might have meant more. Never heard of that. Where is it? Need to live there. It's so the Star Wars streets. They're off of like Russell and Mountain Vista. It's just west of Russell and Mountain Vista. It's on Russell, like you're heading towards the airport up Russell. And there's like a little neighborhood, and it's seriously, it's like Kenobi, and they spelled Kenobi weird. It's like Kinobe is the way they spelled it, like Kinobe. It's like Kinobe, but then it's like Leia. I want to say Vader, Tarkin, and Skywalker. It's old houses though. They've got to be probably built in the. If this house is built in the 70s, those are probably 70s too. I'm guessing those are 70s, maybe 60s. But they're old houses. They're like older houses. But yeah, it's a cool little. I mean, it's just a weird. There's nothing cool there. It's just old houses in a weird neighborhood. But it's Star Wars street names. It's a weird little. I did a video on it years ago. You can look up Star Wars street names. It'll in Dano channel. It'll probably show up with like 10 views. Flavor of Prime. Oh, that's a flavor of Prime. Gotcha. Meta Moon. Oh, interesting. I didn't even know. What is the blue one called? I bet the homes on those streets are really sought by nerds like us. It's because they're older. It's a lot of older families, and they don't go up for sale often. I remember looking. I was like, well, I wonder. I wonder if we can get a house there. I'm gonna look right now, actually, while we're keep firing away in the chat. I'm gonna throw your chats up here, but let me see if I don't think anybody's selling. They normally don't. Where? Oh yeah, the street names. We have Skywalker, Tarkin, Vader, Kenobi, and Leia. Yeah, I did name them all. And it's between Russell and Rawhide on Lamb. Yeah, for those Vegas people who know what any of that means. Jack, they were built a long time ago in a neighborhood far, far away. Well done. Let's see here. How about a poll? Let's do a poll. I'm going to create a poll. So the way the polls work is you have to answer with try to answer with one word. Okay. Who will ride the mythosaur? So I'm going to give you, there's 3 options you can type in. Type in Bo, B-O, Bo. Type in Grogu, or type in Mando. Who will ride the mythosaur? Or if you have another one, but if you do it one word, it should show up properly. If you do more than one word, you have to put it in quotation marks. But here is who will ride the mythosaur. Go ahead and just type it in the chat. Blow up the chat. I want to know what you think. Cody asking about the Museum of Pop Culture. I went in August, and I don't recall Luke's hand. Maybe it was. If you're a channel member, I did a whole video on it. I don't remember seeing Luke's hand though, but I have all the footage in that video. It's for channel members from that museum. Okay, so far we're getting no. I see no with 1, Vader with 1, Bo with 6, Grogu with 2, 2 for Mando, 1 for R5, 1 for Youngest. Oh my goodness, you guys. You think Youngest is going to do it? So far, Bo is leading the way. Bo-Katan is leading the way here. Interesting. Oh, Brent saying no one rides the Mythosaur. Okay. All right. Let me scroll up here, see if I missed anything. Oh, are we getting more? 4 for Grogu, 3 for Mando, 1 Vader. What? R598? What are we doing? That's the Armorer. Oh, okay. Armorers, that's 1. That one didn't, John, that didn't register. You just type in Armorer, 1 word, and then it should show up. Am I going to do an unveiling video on the Mando box? I did for channel members. I did one of those for channel members. You'll see some of it in up. Oh, my camera froze. Oh, my goodness. My camera froze. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me turn this thing off. Oh, be quiet, Siri. You guys can keep voting. You see me glitched out there on the screen. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. Hi there, garbage cam. Maybe not. Maybe it won't come back. I thought it was going to. And my camera's like, yeah, dude, no, we're not coming back. Okay. Oh, Siri, stop. Siri on my watch is just talking. No one's talking to you, Siri. Why? Did my camera just finally die forever? This poor thing. I wish my dogs never dropped it. But they did. Wow, yeah, I think it's done. I think this camera is dead. Just kidding, fixed it. Maybe. Maybe I fixed it. Maybe I didn't. Are we frozen? We're frozen again. Are we okay? Almost. And one more time. And I'm back. Yeah, my dogs ruined the camera. I love them, but they killed it. They killed the thing. You think Jon Favreau? You guys are cracking me up. Grogu tames it, proves to everyone it exists, then it disappears back into the water, says Brent. No one rides it. Julie said everyone should become a member. Then you can see the fun behind the scenes videos. Yeah, you guys see what my office actually looks like. Instead of just this one view or the camera when it breaks. And you get all the cool emojis too. In Soviet Russia, Mythosaur rides you. All right, that was a good poll. Looks like Bo. A lot of people are favoring Bo. I'm going to stop collecting votes, and I'm going to end the poll session. Boop, boop. See you later. Now you guys can rein in more emojis. We're at 48 minutes and 45 seconds. All right. Hey, that's not bad at all. We got about 40 people hanging out. Not bad. Let's see here. What kind of desk is that? I really like it. I don't know. It's from an office. It was like not from like a store, but it was like from a business that I used to work at when I worked in that office, and I left. And I was like, hey, I really like that desk. Can I buy it? It's kind of weird. But the owner was like, yeah, make me an offer. And so I made an offer. And yeah, I bought the desk. Actually, I didn't even buy it. He's like, yeah, you can just keep it. You just take it. As long as you can get it out of here, you can take it. And so it's heavy. It's a very heavy desk. But it's not even my old desk. It's a different desk. It's someone else's desk. But I left mine, took this one because the orientation is different. But I don't know. It's a big wooden, fancy office desk with a hutch. I liked it. I liked the setup. And now I need to remove the hutch, which means I don't know what I'm going to do with my cantina. I got to take it all down. But I want to remove that hutch so I can use the other half of this room and use that big old TV I got on the other side here. I got like a 80-inch TV on the other side of this room that I don't ever get to use because I'm stuck here all the time. You know, I want to use that thing as my monitor and sit back here and just look at that big old screen from here and just do all my work on the TV. Yeah, and I think that's the move. I think that's the move. Let's see here. Live stream. Whoa, Jan W with a super sticker. You're amazing, and it's a is that a Shiba Inu and a samurai? Wow, that's a Jan. Thank you so much for that sticker. That is a huge, very generous donation. I appreciate that a ton. And that sticker is adorable. You're amazing, and he's got little sparklers. Well, thank you so much. That's really awesome of you. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, and I appreciate it too. Where's my face? There it is. Someone gotta fix this party setup because I don't know where I'm at anymore. But Jan, I love you, baby. Thank you so much for your super chaps. Yeah, I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna party in your honor. Party down.
Baby youngest. He's gonna party down in your honor tonight. Oh, baby, that's amazing! Thank you so much, Jan. I really do appreciate that. That is awesome. That's adorable. Shiba dog. I love the descriptions. On my end, I only see a description unless I click in and go to YouTube and see what it looked like. But I love the description. It says there's a chat from Jan W. Shiba dog wearing samurai armor, writing "You're amazing" in the air with sparklers. But then when you look at the sticker, which you guys should be able to see at the top of the chat, it's literally that. It's a Shiba dog wearing samurai armor, going like this, saying "You're amazing." That's so awesome. Thank you. You have a real. I mean, I have. It's an office. It's not like a. I don't know what else to call it. It's kind of a bedroom converted into an office, but yeah. I thought it was just a stage with background generated using Unreal Engine like Mandalorian. Yes, that would be nice. That would be awesome. I have my own volume. What is this? Can we get a member to give us rate? No, it won't work that way, Dan. It's because Opus doesn't know what the OAsh emoji is. It'll only show off emojis that are in native to like iOS or Android. They said iOS. It'll do any iOS for sure, like any regular iOS emoji. But some of the Android ones that are on both will work too. So yeah, it won't. None of the custom channel member emojis can rain down. You guys can flood the chat with them if you want, but they won't show up on screen. Yeah, Opus doesn't know. Like, it would be impossible for it to generate all that. I mean, it may be possible in the future. I don't know. I think it'd be a lot for it to have to read YouTube's data and do it, because it's one thing for it to read the chat. I don't know. It's weird. The way it pulls info would be weird, because it's a lot of AI stuff too. Which the way that poll works, that live poll we were doing, their AI is reading the comments right now and searching it and putting that into the poll data. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. Hey, Kawaii Nancy drops a super sticker. Shiba Dog saying, "Hey, you, greeting joyful." Well, thank you, Kawaii Nancy. I appreciate that. And I think I got another. I think Galen, did you give me another? You sent in another video clip. Let's put that on.
I promised an explanation about the Dan Oceans and why it's spelled the way
Dan
it
Oceans.
is. First off, I wanted to have it with the way that Dano has his Dano channel wrote out.
Okay.
And then the Dan Oceans with the SAIN, it just came out as the way my brain worked it out. Wasn't about spelling it any other way. Besides the fact it's a little more fancy than SH or a SHAN.
Yeah.
And since fancy. We're a little on the wild side, a little on the crazy side, I thought it kind of fit for the OSAINS.
Dan
so
Ocean.
That's how you got Dan Oceans. DAN-OSAINS.
And
there you go.
There's the explanation. Well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Well, thank you. Now I know why it's that way. And you're right, it is a little fancier with the I instead of the H. It is. Our AI, yeah, the AI is watching us. It's watching us.
You should watch me. Because I forgot to say Nancy Kawaii Nancy. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I'm gonna put it in my backpack. I'm gonna put your super sticker in my backpack, and 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 I love you so much, and thank you so much. Goodbye.
Baby Youngest. That was sweet, Baby Youngest. Look at it being so sweet. Cody was asking, do you have a trip to I don't have any trips to Batu West planned at the moment. Not yet. Not yet. I've got a big trip to East coming up that I'm planning on right now. Dana, have you heard whether BD1 is online or also? I have not. They have not confirmed. We do know it's March 27th on Shop Disney, but no clue as to when that's going to show up at Batu. I would guess it's going to show up at Batu West first, like things usually do. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll show up at both East, West, or I guess all three, East, West, and Shop Disney on March 27th. But we know for sure that morning, March 27th, it'll be on there. If you guys are interested in getting that BD through Shop Disney, do me a favor. The morning when it goes live, I'm going to set alarms. I'm going to post an affiliate link that morning. It means it won't cost you anything extra, but if you buy it, it helps me out a ton. So if you're going to get it, check out my socials and I'll just link you right to it. And it'll be an affiliate link, or it'll be in my Linktree, because the Shop Disney affiliate links that I do, they're like really, really long. So I have to put them in my Linktree. So it's like super short, but if it'll be at the top of my Linktree that morning, which I'll post everywhere. You'll see it in my stories on Instagram. You'll see it everywhere. Speaking of Instagram, how are we doing over there? I think we're very, very close to me hitting 10,000 followers over on Instagram. I'm 15 away. If you're not following me on Instagram, can you do me a favor? Go follow me on Instagram at the Dano Channel. I'd appreciate it. I want to hit that 10K just to hit it. Nothing special happens real. Well, actually, it does. When I do lives over there, I can get badges, which would be nice. But I'm just a handful of people away. Dan saying, fingers crossed. I'm going down for MegaCon the 29th. Keep you posted if it's there. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Let me know. New nickname for the Mandalorian kid that got coughed up by the bird. Chuck. I like it. Stormy, you hope BD1's coming east? Yeah, I've had a lot of people asking about that. John Ramos going to West on Sunday. I'll check on BD1. What is Sunday? I think Sunday's too soon, no? I mean, maybe it'll be there. Maybe it gets there early. That would be really cool. Sunday is the 26th. That's the day before. So the 27th, Monday, is when it drops. So maybe if it's there Sunday, let me know. Shoot me a message. Am I doing Galactic Star Cruiser? I am. If so, are you filming it? Loved your Star Cruiser videos. It's what brought me to the channel. Yeah, I'll be filming. I'll be filming a lot of stuff. Taking a lot of pictures. A lot of pictures. But yeah, I'll be filming stuff. And we'll have some friends there. There'll be some people maybe you don't follow already and you should follow. I don't know why I put the dragons on there, but thanks, Gutterpuddle. But yeah, we'll be filming. It'll be fun. And I'll be doing a few days in Disney World, possibly Universal, which I've never been to Universal Orlando. We're looking at doing that, so it should be fun. I mean, it's definitely going to be fun. It's going to be, it's going to be the trip. Like, not even kidding. That's going to be the trip. I'm playing when I say, oh, it should be fun. I wasn't even thinking when I said that. What I thought about, I was like, what are you saying? No, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an awesome trip. I'm actually really stoked on that. Looking forward to the footage. Delightful chaos. Delightful chaos. That's for sure. There will be plenty of delightful chaos. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. Universal is awesome. I haven't been to Orlando ever. I've always wanted to go since I was a kid. Since I was watching Legends of the Hidden Temple or watching What Would You Do or all that. You can't do that on television. That's throwing it back. But all those shows I used to grow up watching, a lot of them were filmed at Nickelodeon Studios. Double Dare, come on. But What Would You Do was one of the bigger ones that I really loved with Mark Summers. And he would just like leave the studio mid-show. He'd be like, no, we're going to take a camera crew and we're going to go outside and grab a family from the park and we're going to have them do a random thing. And I always wanted to be one of the, either in the audience to watch it or to be one of the lucky families who got picked to do a random thing just because we were walking by. And it's long gone now. Those buildings are like closed up. But my friend Adam the Woo, actually years ago, he noticed that the doors were unlocked one day and he went into the old buildings and was like walking around filming it. This is years and years ago. And so he got in trouble over it. He definitely got in trouble over it. But you can look up I think you can still look up the video on his channel. It's like old abandoned Nickelodeon studios, and it's really cool to see what's in there. It is really cool to see all the stuff that they left from like the 90s Nickelodeon studio that was just there untouched for years at Universal Studios. So I won't be able to do all that, but I do want to go and see those buildings and at least be there. Be there, you know? Julie, it's going to be your first Disney World trip. I think Animal Kingdom is a must do. I think like go to Animal Kingdom, check out World of Pandora. Last year when I went in March, I had some very bold statements to make about World of Pandora specifically versus Galaxy's Edge as far as theming goes. Very bold statements. Let me put it that way. But I'm very much looking forward to going back to Animal Kingdom. But I mean, all of it's really good. Runaway Railway is really good, but I think you guys probably got to ride that in Disneyland, so that's not as special now. It World, because now you can do it at West, and you guys go to West all the time, so you're good on that. If you're a Tiki Room fan, maybe skip Magic Kingdom's Tiki Room. Tron will be open. You got to do Tron at Magic Kingdom when that comes out. Yeah. Oh, you got a question about costumes for Star Cruiser. I need to weather some jackets and shirts to make more Star Warsy. Any suggestions? You know what, Julie? I don't like. What I'm gonna do, because I don't have a good suggestion because I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna get a little bit of black paint in the airbrush and kind of airbrush some parts to grime them up a little bit. But also, I'm gonna do a black wash. I'm gonna get a little bit of black acrylic paint and some water, my nasty paint cup. From Sweet Tomatoes, rest in peace. The one on Stephanie in Warm Springs or whatever. But I'm going to do a little bit of a black wash, and I'm going to kind of smear that on different places of the jacket I'm working on to weather it. I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to do it light first with the black wash. That way I can control how wet it is. And if it's too much, I can always water it down more. But I like to use black acrylic paint. The brand I usually go with, I just like this brand, Liquitex Basics. I like that more than the little craft paints. Their craft paints are okay, but sometimes when they dry hard and crackly, which could actually work in this case. But I like this because it's usually flexible. When you wet it and make a black wash, it doesn't really matter as much because you're watering it down so much. The consistency isn't going to make a difference. But I just have so much of this stuff. Like I always go towards Liquitex Basics. It's my preferred paint to paint with. I love it. I love it. Phil Vanderpool saying Guardians. Ooh, Cosmic Rewind. That's a must do for me too. I've never done it. I really, really want to do that. Tom saying Julie's so excited for you guys doing next year. Tom, next year. Convince Mel. Next year. If anyone's travel funds open for the summer, consider Sioux Falls, South Dakota, July 15th, an event called Voices Against Cancer with huge Star Wars guests. Hey, that's pretty cool. That sounds really cool. Let's see. Orlando, where Universal has the Avengers and Disney doesn't. I know, kind of a funny turn of events, isn't it? Thomas, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Ride Velocicoaster. Oh, yeah, I do want to ride Velocicoaster. Cody's asking about Sith and Jedi tunics from Batuu. Are they worth the money? And most importantly, they're very comfortable. They're those mid sizes. Like I think the one I have is a 2XL, 3XL, which is a little big, or maybe I went small. I forget. It might be XL, 2X. I forget what it is. It's a 2XL something. It's either 2XL up or 2XL down. So it might be XL, 2XL. But it's still a little loose. It's a little loose for my taste. I would like it a little bit tighter, just a smidge. But it actually is very comfortable. They're breathable, which is nice. I don't know. I think they're actually worth it. I do think they're a good purchase. I bought tunics for less money on Amazon. That even came with robes and everything too. And it wasn't the same. It wasn't as good. I do like the Galaxy's Edge ones. I actually prefer those. Here, Tom can attest. There you go. Yes, they're so amazing. Glad I got my Sith tunic. Good quality. Yep, I feel the same. The only thing I would fix maybe or do ahead of time is the little buttons that you button with. They're like around the waist area. I would maybe reinforce those with a little bit more sewing, because it's just held on by a little bit of thread. And the more you undo it and redo it and undo it and redo it, the wear and tear on those little buttons happens a little bit faster than I would like. So if you get one, just go in and reinforce those buttons a little bit more. Just a little bit. You just get a little bit of light colored thread or dark colored thread if you're going black, and reinforce those buttons and the little clasps on the inside. If you do that, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. Cody also uses rub and buff for weathering. Yeah. Let's see. All right, rub and buff. It is wax. So I've got rub and buff. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for fabric. I was gonna say my little droid here's got a bunch of rub and buff all over, just all over. But it does come off, and I never really sealed it. It just kind of every once in a while it comes off. But I like that on the droid. I like that the wear and tear changes over time, like a droid's would, right? Like exactly like a droid would. I want to use rub and buff for my droid, but don't want to ruin my droid. It didn't ruin mine, but I wasn't very heavy-handed with it. I've used it very sparingly, just a little bit. But I use silver. Sandpapers, yeah, sandpaper's not a bad idea. That could work. And does it fall apart? Does what fall apart? The tunics? No. And the rub and buff? No. The droid? No. Mudhorn Clan just took you back with sweet tomatoes. Would always go to the one on Stephanie in Warm Springs. I know. Now it's a Mexican restaurant called Luchador, which has some of the best chips and salsa in town. I really like their chips and salsa. But the last time I went, I was raving to my kids about how good everything was, and I ordered like a plate, and it had like enchiladas on it. And I think either somebody messed up, and instead of using chili sauce, used tomato sauce, because whatever was on it was like sweet. And I was like, these enchiladas taste funky. They don't taste right. It tastes like sweet and weird. And I was like, I wonder if maybe the sauce, the red sauce they put on it, was just like soupy tomato sauce and not a chili sauce. But other than that, it was good. But that was the last time I went. I have not gone back since, because I was like, kind of bummed me out a little bit. Just to change the subject quite a bit. You're welcome. Watch a lot. A prop making vid. Oh, there you go. That's a good way to do it. Use a Q-tip, a glove, or cotton. So are we talking about for rub and buff? I forget what I did. I think I just used a glove. I just like a latex glove, put some on my finger, and just kind of like wherever. I didn't use a ton though. I just used a little bit. I might have used a brush. I might have used a brush and really try to like put it on there. But it does get caught up in the brush quite a bit. All right, guys, we have been live for an hour and 47 minutes. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Do we have any last minute things to fire in before I end the stream? Make sure I didn't miss any other video clips coming through. We're good. Cool. I got to go finish a video. I got to work on a video for, I did. I finished my Black Saber video, Black Series Dark Saber video. I finished my Bo-Katan helmet, which has been sitting here this whole time. My Bo-Katan helmet video. I love this thing. It's amazing. Spoiler alert. But I got to do another video for a different NeoPixel Saber, because life is hard. And but this one I got to do because it's for like a sponsor thing. So I'm stoked on that. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. These streams are a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to have this little chat, talk about the show for a little while. And I will see you all very, very soon. And you know the deal. Until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark. See ya. Bye. Maybe if I hit the button. There we go.